Week 2 in the books. Welcome back to Defending Football. Thank you guys so much for watching. Today we're going to be going over all of the Week 2 games, and then we're going to be predicting the Week 3 games and giving you my updated power rankings at the end. So in Week 2, starting off with game number 1, with the Brahmas going to the Showboats, this game was crazy. The Brahmas pretty much did nothing in half of the game. The Showboats looked like they were going to run away with this one. I think the Showboats were up 11 points in the fourth quarter, and the Brahmas scored 20 points to come back and beat the Showboats 20-19. They converted a 4th and 12 and then scored a touchdown to Cody Latimer to cap it off. And this game was crazy. I actually had a bet on this game. I bet money line on the Brahmas. So I really thought I was going to lose my bet, but last second with 3 seconds left, the Brahmas won the game. The main story from this game was pretty much the Showboats not being able to punch it into the end zone, which is ultimately the reason why they didn't blow out the Brahmas. You can't let anyone hang around in this league because no lead is safe. And a quick add-on to that, Destroying ended up breaking his neck on a hit where he led with his head, and he is done for the year. Maybe he'll come back next year, and I'm hoping he's all right. But overall, Chase Garbers played very well in the second half. I think he had 280 yards in just the second half. Marquez Stevenson had a big day as well. Cody Latimer came in clutch in the fourth quarter to get those drives moving and turning them into touchdowns. And I don't want to overreact too much to this win, but the Brahmas showed a lot of grit, and the Boats disappointed me for the second week. Moving on to the next game, the Arlington Renegades head into St. Louis, and the Renegades end up losing 24-27. This game started a little slow, and then it hit its stride in the second half. McCarron throwing bombs, Perez throwing bombs, scoring nonstop back and forth in that fourth quarter. But ultimately, what it came down to was the Renegades missing a field goal, and then the Battlehawks going down, wasting clock, and kicking a chip shot for the win. Now, I don't know whether to be impressed with the Battlehawks or to be concerned with the Battlehawks. But did the Renegades play awesome on offense? Or did the Battlehawks have a shaky defense? We saw Michigan move the ball on them very easily last week as well. So I don't know if the Hawks have a good defense, but I don't think the Renegades have a good defense either. I really have no idea what to think about these XFL teams. I'm really confused. And I'm super excited that Week 3 is going to give us more information to go off of. Overall, AJ McCarron played very well. Can't complain. Luis Perez played good as well. This one pretty much came down to who could make the field goal at the end, and it was not the Renegades. Game 3, Birmingham goes to Michigan. And I picked Michigan for this game. I just had a feeling they could hang around. They did hang around, but they could not finish it out. They did hang around, but they could not finish the game. So many sacks for Birmingham. I think they had 7. We do have to say Jake Bates hit a 62-yard field goal. I think he tied a record in professional football, hitting 60-yarders in back-to-back weeks. And that's pretty crazy. That's only happened one other time. So Birmingham squeaks out this win 20-13. Pretty much Michigan's offense was the problem in this game. Their defense got a red zone pick and stopped Birmingham in multiple red zone tries. So that's a little concerning for Birmingham, especially with their 2 QB system. They can't decide who they like. And you can't be upset with a win. A win cures everything. And the last game of the weekend gave me personally 500 heart attacks. The DC Defenders versus the Houston Roughnecks at Audi Field with the Beer Snake. And the Beer Snake is undefeated, 10-0 all time. The DC Defenders have never lost at home. This game was wild. It had a little bit of everything. It had good defense. It had a blocked punt. Then Tamu throws a pick 6 immediately, which I couldn't believe. DC finally got some run game going with Higgins and Cameron Harris. Tamu didn't look totally settled in this game, but when we went up tempo, it looked a lot better. Briley Moore had one of the sickest touchdown catches I've ever seen, and his celebration cracking open a cold one with the football and spiking it was amazing. Garantano got hurt in this one. I believe he hurt his ribs or his back, and Reed Sinnett came in and looked good. And the game-changing play is probably this throw right here. This Texas route almost went all the way for a touchdown. We strip it out last second, turnover, DC ball. This flipped the entire momentum of the game. And then Jordan Ta'amu throws a strike to Ty Scott. And then for some reason, Greg Williams calls a 0 blitz on 4th and long, last play of the game. And somehow the Roughnecks don't connect on it, and we escape with a win. If you watch this game, check your blood pressure. But DC got their first win of the season, and I'm happy about it. But I will talk about it in a separate video. So we're going to move on to the week 3 matchups, go over those real quick. So first off, you have DC going into Arlington to play the Renegades XFL Championship rematch. Both of these teams don't look at full power, but if DC can do what they have to do on offense, and our defense can just contain and not Perez go ballistic like the championship game, I think the DC defenders take the dub. Is it going to be easy? Probably not. I'm saying maybe it'll be 27-25, a very close game. But I think DC needs to win this game if we're serious about playoffs. And the Renegades definitely need to win this game if they're serious. Neither of us can really afford to lose. This is going to be big. Big rivalry game here. Game number 2, you have the Showboats heading into Birmingham. Birmingham's first home game, looking to see how good that crowd is. And I think this is a no-brainer, guys. I really do want to pick the Showboats, but I can't do it. They haven't proven it to me. They somehow blew a lead against the Brahmas, and they didn't look impressive against the Roughnecks. I'm going to take Birmingham 26-18. I don't see how they can beat Birmingham right now. If they do, that's a huge surprise. And I'm sure Case Cookus could do it. The thing is, I don't know if I trust this staff being super conservative. If you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. And they didn't do that against the Brahmas, so can you do it against the Stallions? Probably not. The next game is the Roughnecks heading to Michigan. Michigan with their 3rd home game in a row. The Panthers are going to win 25-20. I like Houston's upside with Reed Sinnett. He honestly played very well against DC, but DC was also not prepared for him, and the Panthers will pretty much have a full game of film. The only way Houston wins this game is if their defense totally dominates, and you got to get to EJ Perry. Sacks obviously killed him last week. So if Houston can contain on defense, they're going to have to win it defensively. But I'm picking the Panthers 25-20, and I'm hoping it comes down to the wire, but I'm taking Michigan. And the last game we're talking about is the Battlehawks traveling to San Antonio. I'm super excited about this one. As much as I don't like the Brahmas, I also don't like the Battlehawks. So seeing them duke it out is going to be great because they are going to cannibalize each other. And I think the Battlehawks offense can do work. But can their defense stop the Brahmas with their 700 weapons they have? I do not think so. I'm taking Brahmas 30-22. I think the Brahmas keep their streak alive. The way I see the Hawks winning is taking what the Showboats did. I have more faith that the Battlehawks can score in the red zone than the Boats could, so it is very possible, but I'm taking the Brahmas. We're going to move on to the power rankings. As you can see, they barely moved at all. I had them pretty much solid to where I wanted them. The only teams I moved were the Battlehawks, moved them up 2, and I moved the Panthers down 2. The only thing that I really debated on was putting the Panthers in front of the Boats, and I was really thinking about it, but I think the Boats have a little bit better of an offense. So let me know what you guys think down below. So I'm going to get out of here. So for the love of football, defend football, baby.